Okay, good morning everyone and welcome to today's webinar on Fixflo promotion. It's great to see so many of you on here this morning. My name is Jessica Dubey and I am here at Fixflo and I'm going to be going through promotion with you this morning. So before we get started, I just want to go through the webinar agenda with you all. So first of all, we're going to be going through the benefits of promoting your Fixflo site. Then we're going to be going through Fixflo's top tips on promotion. So I'll be taking you into Fixflo and showing you the top tips that we have. In the new year, our development team did actually revamp the promotion side, which is why it's so exciting to show you. Then I'll be showing you how to change a phone call into a Fixflo report, which is something you could easily do with a nifty little button we have within Fixflo itself. And then I'll be showing you how you can set up recurring emails to go out to your occupiers, which is an absolutely fantastic way to promote Fixflo to your occupiers. At the end, there will be a live Q&A. Any questions at all, guys, please do get them over to me. I'm really happy to answer any questions that you may have. It'd be great to see you guys engaging as well. So please use the Q&A button if possible, rather than chat, just to streamline absolutely everything through on one channel. And then we're going to be going over the benefits of promoting Fixflo. So essentially, that's why you're here for this webinar. So I'm just going to leave that open and crack on. So the benefits of promoting Fixflo. So I've listed 6 here. First of all, it's letting your occupiers know how to report issues. So that's obviously a really important thing. If you're promoting Fixflo out, your occupiers will then know that Fixflo is what you use for all of your maintenance issues. It means they won't start calling you or emailing you. Sometimes also they come through to us. So actually promoting the correct Fixflo URL is really important, and we'll get onto that in just a bit. So obviously, one of the benefits is you're letting your occupiers know exactly where they should report issues. Number 2 is that they can report 24/7. So they can report absolutely anytime they want to. If it's in the middle of the night, or if it's, I don't know, after you guys have finished work, if it's the weekend, it doesn't matter. They can always go onto Fixflo and report the issue. They don't need to, for example, leave a voicemail or wait until you're back in the office. Number 3 is that Fixflo is actually a cloud-based product. So occupiers can report maintenance issues using any device at all. So this is a really important thing that you need to know. And I would advise knowing as much as you possibly can about Fixflo when you're going to speak to your occupiers. So this is just one of the benefits, is that actually it's cloud-based, so they can report issues on their mobile phone, iPad, laptop, etc. Just to let you know, top fun tip if you like, over 80% of all issues that are reported via a smartphone. There is also a language tool available within Fixflo as well. So occupiers can actually report maintenance issues using over 40 languages. So if, for example, you have any language barriers at all, that can be broken down using the language tool. It sits in the top left-hand corner of the occupier side. So they can essentially select a language and report the issue using that language. So that can be a real benefit there too. It will reduce the number of calls and emails that you and your team are getting, essentially saving you time. And finally, compliance. So when an occupier reports a maintenance issue on Fixflo, 2 emails are automatically sent out. One will go to you, letting you know a new issue has been reported, and the other will go out to the occupier. Now, the occupier one essentially complies with Section 21, as it provides the occupier with an adequate response. So when an occupier reports a maintenance issue, you need to ensure that you are complying with Section 21 and providing that occupier with an adequate response. An adequate response essentially is responding in writing within 14 days to let the occupier know what it is that you are going to do, along with the rough timescales. Now, all of that is covered off for you in Fixflo. So that is another benefit of getting your occupiers to use Fixflo for sure. Okay, so I hope those benefits make sense, and I hope it makes you realize that actually it's really important to be promoting Fixflo out as much as you possibly can. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at how you can promote Fixflo using Fixflo. So essentially, you will need to log in to your Fixflo site. So this is my example of my Fixflo Basic site. And I know that because you deal with maintenance issues outside of Fixflo, it's not something you log into too often. If you're not 100% sure of where it is you're logging into or your credentials, please get in touch with us. The email address is support@fixflo.com, and we will be able to help you so that you can definitely log in and access all of this fantastic promotion material. Once you have logged in, you'll be able to see there's a left-hand menu sidebar here, and it's this section here that we're interested in today. It's Promote. Everybody that can log into Fixflo will have access to Promote. And once you click here, you will see that it will take you through to this page, and we've got here Promote to your occupiers and also your landlords. And in this webinar today, we're going to be specifically focusing on how to promote to your occupiers. Obviously, if you're promoting to them, they're going to be reporting issues via Fixflo, and you're going to get much better value out of the product. Now, the first thing you'll notice here is that it will show you here your custom Fixflo site. So that is literally shown here for you. And essentially, not only this is where you go to log in, but this is also where your occupiers will go to report issues. It's really important that this is the URL that you are sending out to your occupiers so that they know where to go when reporting an issue. Essentially, this is mine, which is jessica-i-dubey.fixflo.com, but yours will most likely be your company name .fixflo.com. Now, often, well, not often, but sometimes we do have occupiers coming through to us. They email us or they maybe call us, and then we have to kind of let them know that actually you need to go to your actual Fixflo site. We either tell them to Google it or to let us know where it is that they are renting their property through, and then we send it to them. So getting this out there to them is important. Obviously, if it's something urgent as well, you want your occupiers to be able to easily access Fixflo. You can copy this URL by using this button here. So if we click here on Promote to your occupiers, we can see here there are kind of 4 options at the top, and then we've got some additional tips just below. So let's start at the top and go from left to right and start with Flyer for your occupiers. Now, essentially, this is fantastic for both welcome packs and also midterm inspections. And if you click here on download, your flyer will appear on an additional tab here, and it will look something like this. It will have your branding, so your logo and color scheme will appear along with your URL here. Obviously, it will not have my one. It will let them know exactly where they need to go to report maintenance issues. And it also allows you to kind of start that conversation about Fixflo. Now, I would highly recommend that you fully understand how it is that occupiers report issues if you are going to be having these conversations. You don't want to get stuck, and you do want to be able to essentially get into their shoes and be able to say, yep, so it is cloud-based. Of course, you could use it on your mobile. Yes, we have a language tool here. You use these icons. You want to really be able to essentially sell it to your occupiers. That's almost what you're doing. When by the end of play today, I will be sending out a recording of this webinar, and I will also include a video on how occupiers report issues, so you can refresh your memory if you're not 100% sure or you do just want to kind of brush up on that. I would highly recommend it. Again, if you're going to be having these conversations, it's important to know it. So this is fantastic. Obviously, you can download it easily by clicking here on download, and then you can print it as well. If you want to be green, obviously you can attach it to emails too. So that's the flyer. We have a second one actually, which is more of a kind of user guide. Now, although Fixflo is very simple to use, this user guide may be something that you want to use. You could either use it with that flyer or just on its own. So you could kind of pick and choose if you want. And again, you will need to understand Fixflo in order to provide this flyer, similar to before. Here, essentially, it shows like a 7-step process on how easy it is for occupiers to report issues, so there is then no confusion. Again, it will have your branding, so your color scheme, your logo, and also, more importantly, your URL. Text your occupiers. Now, this is one of my favorite ways to promote, as essentially it allows you to send a text to your occupiers. And who misses a text nowadays? Everyone always has their phone on them. And because Fixflo is cloud-based and over 80% of all issues do come in via smartphone, it really is a fantastic way to promote. When you click on Get Texting, it will take you through, and you can see here there are two tabs. First, it will take you to your credit balance, and the second one is to send the message. With regards to credit balance, it will show you here how many credits you have, and currently we have 0 credits. But don't worry, you can click here to contact us, which will take you to an email asking us for credits. We do tend to act relatively quickly, and we will provide you with 200 credits free of charge. If you do need any more, we can talk about pricing. Underneath that, we can see the message. So obviously with a text, unlike an email, you do have a character allowance, which is shown just below here. And essentially, you can make this text what you want it to be. If you want to be slightly more friendly, then you may want to kind of add a bit more of a friendly message. But the one thing that does need to be included here is your Fixflo URL. You cannot send the text without it. This is the only part that I've highlighted for you now that must be included when you are sending out texts. When they receive the text, the good news here is they will be able to essentially click onto your URL and access Fixflo. When they come onto Fixflo there, it will prompt them to download this as a web app. Now, it's important to understand that for occupiers, there is no app that they can download from an app store or a Play Store, but they can have this as a web app. A web app is free of charge and takes up no space on their phone. Essentially, it's bookmarking it. But then when they're on their phone, essentially it will come up just like an app, like you see your WhatsApp and, your Instagram and LinkedIn kind of icons. It will come up like an icon like that, being a constant reminder of Fixflo to them. So this is absolutely fantastic. Once you're happy with your message, you simply press save here, and then you can click here on send message. Now with send message, all you need to do is add your telephone numbers to this box. Please add them on separate lines and do include the 0 at the beginning. And once you're happy, you can press send message. You will need to make sure, obviously, you do have credits in your credit balance before you can go and send the messages. But as I say, we can provide 200 credits free of charge. You will then be able to see when they went out and whether they've been delivered. So in this case, it's been over a year since I sent a text. I should probably get texting again, get the word out, get your occupiers using Fixflo more and more. The other option is you can ask us to text for you. Simply send us an email to support@fixflo.com. Literally, all we need is an Excel document with your numbers, but numbers only, please. Do not include the names due to GDPR. So just one column of numbers. Again, please do include the 0. And then literally what you would like your text to say if you want any amendments made to it. Then we can send the message out for you free of charge. That's no problem at all. But this really is a fantastic way to get sending the message out there to your occupiers. So I'd really highly recommend, if you haven't already, do text your occupiers. You will see that actually that is something then that they use. Fixflo email signatures. Now, I saw that from the poll, a lot of you actually did use this, which is great to see. But we have made amendments to this in the new year. So, new year, New Year's resolution, let's get all maintenance issues through Fixflo. So if I click here on view buttons, there are 4 buttons available for you. And as you can see, they are relatively modern. So we've revamped all of this as well. All you need to do to choose one is literally click on it. And as you can see, it will then download for me. You then essentially just need to insert it into your email signature. And make sure as well that you use the image hyperlink. So hyperlink out your Fixflo URL. Again, if you're unsure, your Fixflo URL sits at the beginning here of the promote section, where you can easily copy the URL and just hyperlink that. So again, every single time you send an email, occupiers can see, oh, they use Fixflo. This is how I should be reporting repairs. Again, it was great to see so many of you using that. If you don't, this may be something that you want to add as part of your promotion campaign. Excellent. Underneath this here, we have got promoting to occupier tips. Now, essentially, all of these links will take you out to our help site. So, guys, we have an absolutely fantastic help site. You can access it as well by clicking here on the bottom left-hand corner by clicking here on Need Help, where you can access our articles and you can also contact us. This is, in fact, the preferred way of contacting us, because if you do contact us here, it will prompt you for example, here, an IS number. So that's if it's about a specific issue. And also you can take screenshots and also upload files here. But before you contact us, please make sure that you are, in fact, searching for the questions first. And you can also access our help site as well by simply going to help.fixflo.com to see it on a wider screen. So all of these will take you out to the help site, and if you click into them normally here, then essentially it will take you outside of Fixflo. But if you click here on the little link, that will essentially open a new tab, which I'd say is the preferred option because you want to make sure you're also staying within your Fixflo site here. So here we've got send welcome emails to your occupiers. Now, just to let you know, this is actually for Fixflo Professional and Fixflo Essential only. So if you are interested in actually upgrading from Fixflo Basic, we have got an absolutely fantastic software where essentially you can manage all maintenance issues within Fixflo itself. It allows you to manage workflows, have a full interactive dashboard, and also contact and communicate with all parties within the system. If you are interested in Fixflo, then you can click here on upgrade to Fixflo Plus. We've actually renamed it Fixflo Professional. That is going to change, I do apologize, but sending welcome emails to your occupiers is an option that you can do within Fixflo Professional or Fixflo Essential only, as your occupier data is stored within there. Again, if you're interested, simply click here on upgrade or email us again. It's support@fixflo.com. I do have a video about Fixflo Professional, and I will also attach that in today's email when I send out this this recording, and also the occupier side as well, just so that if you are interested, you can essentially learn about Fixflo. I think it's in about 4 minutes. It's a video I created, and then get in touch. Enable automatic reminder emails to your occupiers. Now, this is actually something you can do within Fixflo Basic, and it really is fantastic. Because your occupier data is not stored within Fixflo, you're probably wondering, well, who are these reminder emails going to go to? They are going to go to any occupier who has already reported a maintenance issue on Fixflo. Now, again, this is really strengthened on Fixflo Professional and Fixflo Essential, as you've got your occupier data list. So if they have not reported issues, you can then send them reminder emails, and they're probably more the people that would need these reminders, in all honesty. But it might be someone that reported a maintenance issue a while ago, and actually they've kind of forgotten all about Fixflo. So it's still a very good thing to do, and it is automatic reminder email, meaning it's something you set up once and you can then essentially forget all about it. To do this, you would need administrator rights. So that's all to do with our user roles and permissions. You can read all about that in the help site, but you will click here on setup if you have administrator rights, settings, and from there you can click here on notifications. Now, within your notifications, you'll want to open up here your occupier notification defaults. And here there is literally one setting: an automated reminder to let occupiers know about reporting issues on Fixflo. Now, by default, this is set to do not send, but you can set this up to send out every 3, 6, or 12 months if you wish. Now, again, this is absolutely great because it will send to all of those occupiers that have used Fixflo. And if they do move out, they will be able to essentially archive themselves from the email. So it will say something like, do you no longer live here? They can click there and essentially stop those emails coming through. There's no way for you to do that on Fixflo Basic. Again, like I say, this email itself is really strengthened on the other 2 systems. But if you do want to use this, remember, you'll need administrator rights, and click here on setup, settings, notifications, open up your occupier notification defaults and amend this setting here. Once you've amended the setting, you will need to click here on save in order to make sure that that setting has now been saved. If you change the setting and then click back into something else without pressing save, that will then not save for you, and those emails will not be set to go out. Excellent. Next here we've got add Fixflo to your website. So I'm just going to link out to this. There are a few options here of what you may want to do. So first of all, you can add Fixflo as an iframe or plugin. So there is information on how you would do this. So essentially Fixflo would then sit within an iframe in your website. And then essentially though, you would not be really linking out your URL as such. Instead, you will want to then link out the link to your iframe instead, if you do choose this. You can also, for example, link it as a menu item. So for example, here, if there's like a drop down, you may want to have something along the lines of report a maintenance problem. Now, the benefits of doing this is that if, for example, somebody's gone onto your website to look for your email address or telephone number to report an issue, instead, they will easily be able to access Fixflo through your website. You can also use a button. So there is also a button, and we have got 17 pre-prepared buttons available for you, available by clicking here. We've also here added an email that you may want to send out to the person who deals with your web page, so that you can tell them, please can you add this button as well. So we've tried to make it as easy as possible for you, and again, having it on your website means that rather than people calling or emailing you, it will help to divert traffic through to Fixflo, keeping absolutely everything streamlined into the one place. You can edit your voicemail and direct occupiers to Fixflo. Now, this is a really, really good idea, and this is actually something that we did here at Fixflo. We found that on a Monday morning, we would have maybe 3 or 4 voicemails a week with occupiers reporting maintenance issues to us. Again, this is where Fixflo had not been promoted correctly by the agency, as people were coming straight through to us, which is not where they report issues. On the voicemail, it would sometimes be really unclear. It could be crackly and definitely incomplete. I wouldn't quite know what the person was trying to report, or perhaps even who they were. So I would recommend that you amend your voicemail, because we did it. And since we've amended our voicemail, we've had, I think, one in about a year. We've had one voicemail where someone's reported a maintenance issue. If you amend your voicemail to say, thank you so much for calling. If you are calling to report a maintenance issue, please go to our Fixflo site. Now, with this, if you are going to talk about your Fixflo site, please be really, really clear and actually spell out your Fixflo URL so that they know exactly where it is they need to go. If you do not spell this out, they may get confused, and they may, again, just end up either coming to us or maybe even reporting the issue at the wrong place, or probably emailing you. So make sure that you literally say, thank you for calling. Please note that our Fixflo URL is abclettings. And then Fixflo. Spell it phonetically if you want. Say it twice. Make sure they fully know, because the amount of ways I've seen Fixflo be spelled, you'd be surprised. Obviously, it's said very quick, and I can understand why people get confused. A lot of people add W's at the end, and they will just end up at the wrong URL, one that doesn't exist most likely. Absolutely the same here with editing your phone tree. So if you do have a phone tree on your system where, for example, somebody calls and it says, hello, welcome to ABC Lettings. Please press 1 for sales, 2 for lettings. You could also then include, please press 3 for property management. They click on 3. If you are calling to report a maintenance issue, please go to, again, abclettings.fixflo.com. Spell it phonetically, spell it twice, and let them know that this is where you are taking all maintenance issues now. It does depend how strict you want to be, but you will notice if you do those 2 things with the voicemail and the phone tree, you will in general receive less phone calls, which is obviously the point. We want to make sure that you guys are having your time saved, and instead you're getting one complete report through via email, which you can then resolve in whichever software it is that you use. So phone tree and voicemail, I'd say, are really, really good ways to stop those phone calls coming through, and it helps just direct occupiers to the correct place. Again, make sure it's clear. Mentioning Fixflo and all key interactions with your occupiers. Again, so if you are going to be doing this, I'd highly recommend that you understand Fixflo. So please do, if you've got any questions on this, ask in the Q&A. And also watch the video I send out to you later. So there are kind of regular communication ideas. So for example, any newsletters, if you do newsletters to your occupiers, please just include Fixflo. Even if it's just kind of at the end, please remember all maintenance issues should be coming through via Fixflo. And again, just include your URL. And if you're using an iframe, include that URL instead. Also, Christmas seasonal updates. I don't know if you want to send anything to your occupiers about things like that. We do also email about kind of, I don't know, how to keep your property safe at winter and things like that. Make sure that you're talking about Fixflo. Keep it kind of regular, or people do forget. Amending your canned responses. So for example, I've seen it before where I've emailed somebody and they've come back saying, thank you for your email. I do my best to get back to you within 24 hours or 2 working days or whatever it is. Include Fixflo. If you are having a canned response anyway, you may as well say, if you've contacted us or emailed us to report a maintenance issue, please note we're actually taking, and again, it depends how strict you want to be here, but you could say we are taking all maintenance issues now through Fixflo. Please click here to report your maintenance issue. And again, you can list a few benefits there. You could say this can be done on any device, this can be done in different languages if you wanted to. But I would say if you do have a canned response, include Fixflo. Why wouldn't you? It does make sense. And if you don't have one, you could think about adding one if you think that would be helpful, especially if you're getting a lot of emails in. Canned responses just make things a lot quicker. Adding Fixflo flyers to your building bulletin or notice board. So if you do have notice boards up and you're that type of agency, you could use the flyer or the user guide to actually include on these bulletins and notice boards. Also, you can add your own material if you wanted to. So you could kind of create something yourself if you wanted to with your marketing team, but you can always use these 2 flyers which sit at the top of this page here. Again, create your own promotional content. So that's what I kind of just said. If you want to, you can create your own flyers. Some people have created their own magnets that sit on fridges or key rings or pens, anything like that to get promoting Fixflo out. This one's pretty good. So this is sending your occupiers a link on a how-to video. Now, we have got 2 how-to videos. I will be sending you the one for agents on how occupiers report issues by the end of play today. But this video essentially is something you can send out to occupiers. So it's from an occupier point of view. It tells them in just under 7 minutes exactly how to report issues, and this can help to back up perhaps flyers you use or texts that you use. So if you wanted to, you could include this in an email. You could link this out. By clicking on this, it will take me straight through to YouTube. So obviously you'll want to link out the YouTube link instead. But if you've got, for example, I don't know, a canned response or anything like that, you may want to link this out to say, not sure how to report the issue? Please click here. So there are all those ideas. The final idea that I really want to go through with you, which I really love, is actually how you can essentially turn a phone call into a Fixflo report. So if, for example, you've changed your phone tree, but actually the issue's still coming through on the phone and someone says, hi, it's Carol, I'm just calling to report a maintenance issue. You can say, Carol, thank you so much for calling. I'm just going to stop you there. We're actually taking all maintenance issues now via Fixflo. Again, this does depend how strict you want to be, but you can literally click here. So I know you'll need to be logged into Fixflo. You guys aren't logged in that much, but this might be an incentive of logging in. So if you are logged in, you can literally click here on this button, this little paper aeroplane, and here it comes up with a pop-up saying send link. So it says send report link to the following email address. So you can say to Carol, again, thank you for calling. Please can I grab your email address? So Carol provides you with her email address here. You can also show additional options to provide, for example, her name and her postcode if you wanted to with her address. If you do that, that is beneficial because then when she clicks on the link, it will have all of those details pre-made for her. But if you want to be quick and you're pushed for time, I know that property managers, you guys have so much on all the time. If you are pushed for time, simply put in the email address and click send. Then you could say to Carol, Carol, if you could please just check the inbox of the email address you just gave me. You should have received an email. So I'm going to show you the email now. Bear with me 1 second. It will be coming through in just a moment, and essentially on there will be a button where she will be able to click through and and access your Fixflo site with the click of a button. And again, she can do this on her mobile phone or iPad or laptop as well. My Gmail is just being slightly slow, but I will show you that when it comes out. Here we go. Got it now. Bear with me one moment. So this is what it will look like. It will have your logo, your color scheme. Say here, for example, dear sir, madam, thank you for contacting. And then it will have your company name here with your maintenance issue. Simply click on the button below to begin reporting your issue. If she clicks on that, it will take her straight through to the occupier side of the system, allowing her to report the maintenance issue online. I would just like to say a big thank you all to joining me this morning. It's been a real pleasure going over the promotion side with you. This is something obviously new that we've revamped here at Fixflo. I'd like to also wish you all well. I know it's a scary time at the moment. I hope you're keeping well and keeping safe. If there's anything else or anyone's got any questions, I will be staying online just for a couple more minutes to answer any questions. Again, please use the Q&A button, and I will be in touch with you all by the end of play today with the recording. Also with a video on how occupiers report issues from an agent point of view. And I'll also send out to you a quick video on Fixflo Professionals. So if you are interested in upgrading, you can watch that. It's a couple of minutes, and let us know if it's something you'd be interested in. Thank you all so much. Bye-bye.